everyone, my name is Karen. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Central New Jersey. Happy World Card Making Day! I hope you're enjoying all the videos going on. I am the last one for a little while, then Stampin' Up! Has their event. And then I believe it's Mary will be back at 7 o'clock. And then we have a Kiko at 9 o'clock. I am going to be doing a fun fold card with you today. And again, I'm just like a lot of others, I'm using the Cottage Wreath stamp set. Anybody who does watch me do my lives, when I post my cards, I try to post a little like template so that you know what to follow. I do have to make a new one because, of course, I decided to change the measurements on this one right before I was making it. So, I am starting with a panel of gray granite cardstock, which measures 11 by 4 1/4. And we're going to just start making some cuts and folds and make a fun one. I do not watch comments, as a lot of you, anybody who watches me knows, I can't follow along comments and answer and stamp at the same time. So I do usually go back, but I know Amy and Mary, I know there's others that are on that are answering any comments or any questions that need to be answered. All right, so I'm starting with the 11-inch side on my Stampin' trimmer, and I'm lining it up at the 1 1/4 inch mark, and I'm going to score in 1 inch, lift it, go to the 3 1/4 inch, and it's another inch because I'm going to 1 1/4. Then I'm going to go to the 2 1/4 inch mark and do the same thing. And again, I will have a template on my blog. I will post everything tomorrow, and I will put a link in this video to my blog. All right, I am going to move the paper. I forgot to open up the arm here. All right, I'm going to move it down to the 5 1/2 inch mark, and I'm going to come into the 1 inch mark and score to the 3 1/4 inch mark, which is where I scored to for each of these. All right, and then we're just going to move it to the 6 1/2 inch mark, and again, I'm going to score in 1 inch on either side. Okay, I'm going to turn my cardstock, and I'm going to come in to the 1 1/4 inch line. So I have the 4 1/4 inch line along the bottom. I'm coming into the 1 1/4 inch mark, which is again where I 1 inch mark. I'm sorry, not 1 1/4, 1 inch mark. I almost messed that one up. Okay, so I am going to cut. I need to make sure I'm in the right spot. Hang on, I just need to. It is the 1 1/4. I was right the first time. Okay, so we're gonna second guessing myself here. Okay, we're gonna come up because the first line is at 1 1/4. Make sure I'm in the right spot. Hang on. We are going to come up. I went in 1 inch. I am really sorry. I've made this card multiple times too. Okay, so I'm at the 1 inch mark, 1 inch in, and 1 1/4 inch up. All right, and we're going to put that down. We'll push the blade down, and we're going to cut to the 6 1/2 inch mark. And we're going to bring it in to the 3 1/4 inch mark, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go to the 1 1/4 inch mark, and we're going to cut up to the 6 1/2 inch mark. And that's all we need the trimmer for right now. Everything else is all cut. All right, so the first fold is going to be a mountain fold. The second one will be valley, and then these two will be, excuse me, I'm sorry. will be mountain folds. So we have a step card. And there you go. Nice and simple. I like doing fun folds. I do them often. And like I said, anytime I do a fun fold, if it's a more difficult one that has measurements, I draw up little templates for everybody. Okay. All right. I did some of the prep ahead of time, and I'll let you know what I did, and I'll show you why in a minute. So the center panel, I pre-cut. This is a panel of basic white that is 2 1/8 by 4 1/8. I embossed it using my the brick and mortar embossing folder, and then using the blending brush, I just went over it with gray granite ink just to give it a little dimension. All right, and we're going to put this right on the front. Right like that. I tend to use liquid glue, especially when I'm live, because I need wiggle room. Okay. Then I have 2 pieces of the Boughs of Holly DSP. Now, gray granite was not one of the colors listed, but it matched for me. It looked that looks like gray granite, but that wasn't one of the colors listed on the package. So we're just going to adhere these on either side, right like that. Oops, not the time for glue to run out. All right, I'm going to put this one here. So there we go. All right, and you know what? I'm going to do the sentiment first before I get to the wreath part. And I am going to stamp. Some people just make life better with gray granite ink. And I'm going to cut it out. I have the largest of the banner dies from the Stylish Shapes dies. And we're going to really hope I didn't cut a big piece of paper to give me any mistake room. All right, and we're going to just cut this out real quick. And I'm not a real good die cutter, I got to tell you that. I need Post-it tape or a Post-it note or something every time. I was very sad when they stopped with the magnetic plate. The magnetic plate was helping me. I really hope it comes back soon. Going to get some dimensionals real quick, and just like a lot of others, I use half dimensionals. Okay, luckily I must have had ink on my fingers. No surprise on a day like this. I was actually able to get home from work early, so I could get some cards done, and I'm just going to put 2 more in the middle just for a little stability. I'm going to just open this up. Might help if I put it straight. And we're just going to put this right on the bottom. Like that. Okay, now we're going to do the wreath. The fun part. All right. And I decided that I was doing a technique with you today. I am going to do the baby wipe technique. So I just have a plain old Pampers baby wipe, and I folded it in quarters, and we're going to put it right in here. And I have rich raspberry, pumpkin pie, crushed curry, and cherry cobbler. And I'm just going to I'm going to start with my least favorite crushed curry, because this one here, I don't know why. Sorry, I need 2 hands for it. All right, we're just randomly putting drops wherever. No, oh my goodness. There is no specific way these have to be. And when you do this technique, almost every card will come out different. A little bit of cherry cobbler. If you do not fill in every spot, it's okay, because as you can see, it spreads, and it really looks ugly. At least I think it does. Whoops. All right, I have a panel here. Just giving it a second to soak in and spread a little bit. And just like I believe Amy mentioned, Terry Lynn mentioned, quite a few people, the wreath has an arrow on the inside. Hold on a minute. There's little arrows, which is the direction, I guess, the bottom of the wreath, or that part lines up with this part of the die. So I have a little mark, and even my little mark, I still mess up, and I still have to sit there spinning it around a few times. So, all right, we're going to give this a good press and hope that it all gets on. And if it doesn't work, I'll turn the paper over or get another piece. But it did. I love doing this technique with leaves. It just, because this time of year, the leaves are all different colors. Now, while I have this out, I am going to stamp this will stay wet for a while, but since I have it, I'm going to stamp the front of my envelope. I'm just going to stamp it right, just partially. And then I am going to stamp the inside of my card with this, but I'm going to stamp off first because I don't want it that dark on the inside. So it's going to be a really light image on the inside. It's very light. But like I said, every time it could come out different. And I've been doing this technique a lot this time of year because fall cards, it just seemed appropriate. All right, I'm going to line this up. Try to line it up. Oh, well, that went a lot quicker than I thought. And I'm going to go die cut this. I need my piece of Post-it tape. All right, let me go die cut this. I'll be right back. And there we go. There's the wreath. I have my die cut machine off to the side because it really shakes my table. Really bad. All right, we're going to put a few dimensionals on this. See, although it's a fun fold, it goes pretty quick. Like I said, everything will be on my blog tomorrow, which is creativestampindesigns.com. There'll be the directions. There'll be a link to the video. and I'll have a little template for you. All right, so we're going to put this, I don't know, we're just going to put it here on the front of the card. Just like that. Now, this is one of the sets that if you order it, you get these beautiful iridescent pearls. But today is the last day to get these, so you'll be able to get them in the January to June mini catalog. But this is the last day that you'll get them free with the purchase of either this set, I believe the Cottage Wreaths somebody said was sold out, or the Warm Welcome set, which will be in the January to June catalog. I also pre-made a bow because I was not tying a bow live. This multi-loop bow, I don't remember what the name of it is, but if you ask Mary, Deathridge will tell you, because she's the one I got this from. And I don't remember where she got it from. And we're going to give the little tails just a little trim. Mary's actually done a video on how to make this bow. The only thing I did different, I believe Mary did it around 4 fingers. I did it around 3 because I wanted it a little smaller. Ooh. All right, I'm going to add some of these pearls. You know what? I'm getting my tweezers out for these, because otherwise I know what happens. They go flying. And I'm just going to scatter them on the wreath a little bit, just to give it a little bling. I have no rhyme or reason how I'm doing it. I'm just putting them wherever. It looks good. Put one more there. And then I am going to put the brush metallic just on the sentiment on the bottom. So all my color is in the wreath for this. All right, we'll finish up the inside. I do have a gray granite mat. I like to mat everything. Whether it's the inside. I didn't mat the outside of this because it was just, this piece would have been really small. I mean, this piece here is only 7/8 of an inch. Would have been down to 3/4 of an inch, so you really wouldn't have seen much of it. Have ink all over my fingers. I can't imagine why. All right. So I am going to stamp. I'm going to try to stamp very straight in the middle of the wreath. Grateful. I'm really going to try to go straight here. And this card I can use it as a Thanksgiving card. I can use it as a thank you card. I can use it if I want to use it as a birthday. I can use it as anything. I like to make some of my cards like that, so when I need to grab something, I can make it, use it for whatever is needed. I'm just going to adhere this to the mat. I'm going to do it backwards because apparently I've just got ink everywhere. All right, and we're going to put this right inside. And again, all the measurements will be on my blog tomorrow. Okay, and the envelope that I had started, stamp part of the wreath on the front, and we're just going to stamp hello on the inside. You could stamp a sentiment on the wreath. I mean, not on the wreath, I'm sorry, on the envelope. There we go. So that's the front. We're going to do the envelope flap. And again, I have another panel of the Boughs of Holly DSP. And this piece here is 2 1/4 by 6. I cut all, when I get my DSP, I cut my panels into 6 by 12 pieces. So I always have at least the 6-inch piece. And then I cut it down from there for what I need. Just give it a little trim. And there you have it. One-step card. Hopefully, hope I'm in the camera here. It will stands up very nicely. And then the envelope, because we never have naked envelopes around here, at least not with a lot of my team members, we don't. Thank you very much for joining. Again, everything will be posted on my blog tomorrow, creativestampindesigns.com. I will also link the video, my blog to the video. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I hope if you're signed up for the Stampin' Up! Event, you have fun with that. And next up will be at 7 o'clock. Mary will be on, and then 8 o'clock is Akiko. So I hope you'll come back and watch them. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day, and I hope you're making lots of cards. Bye.